Hey, this is Kreger, and I'm going to give you another series on the video mechanic. This time we're going to change a universal joint in a rear wheel drive shaft car. These are some of the tools we're going to need, just standard wrenches. These are metric because we're working with a newer vehicle. It'll probably be metric. A large hammer, a good C-clamp, something to take out the old U-joint with, and something that we can use to get that accomplished. I just use the larger socket. And then we're going to need our new universal joint. This one came with a package with the grease cert in the package, so you will have to install that. And once that's installed, we're ready to go ahead and start this process. This shouldn't take very long. It's a pretty easy job. As you can see, I'm doing it in my backyard. Okay, we're underneath the car right now. We're taking a look at the rear end. This is the U-joint. And this particular U-joint has a boot mount that mounts to the differential. So, as you can see, I've already got this bolt. There's 4 of them that hold it. There's one on the opposite side. These 4 bolts need to be taken off. As you can see, I've got 3 of them out. Remember, you always use the box end of the wrench whenever possible. And we want to turn left to loosen. And that's how we're going to do this. Alright? And you can tell that this U-joint is in pretty bad shape. See what it's doing? That should not be lifting that drive shaft at all. It's pretty bad shape. Okay? This drive shaft goes all the way up the vehicle and eventually goes into the back of the transmission. You don't have to worry about that end. That end will slide out once you get the back side of the transmission or of the drive shaft mount off the rear end. If you move it forward just a little bit and pull back, that'll go ahead and slide out. Okay, I have the drive shaft unmounted, all 4 bolts down. Now all we're going to do is just let the drive shaft come out, and then what I've done up here is I've placed a little catch pan for above the drive shaft. Let me get up here so you can see where the drive shaft is, and all we're going to do is lift this drive shaft and pull back, and you'll see it slip out of the back. See how it's slipping out of the back of the transmission? There. Drive shaft is out. See? Drive shaft is out. Alright, now we have the drive shaft out. It's laying on the ground here. We've got a hammer. We have a screwdriver. And I've got the back side of the drive shaft, the part that slides into the transmission, the yoke end of it, underneath, or I'm sorry, with something underneath of it, so that we can keep debris and dirt off of it, because after all, this is going to be going back into the seal on the back of the transmission, so we do want to keep that clean. Now, one thing that we want to do is we want to come back up here, and as you can see, there are some clips that are holding this one in. Sometimes they're on the outside, like you see here, but then other times they're on the inside. It just depends on what make of vehicle you're working with. Sometimes you'll find those clips in this area. In any case, there's 4 of them. So we're going to start taking these clips out. You can see one here that I have out. We'll take and roll this over, and you'll see how this is. This is what they look like. I just take and push them in with a screwdriver and a hammer this way, and then I come back and tap it that way to get them loose, because you are getting new clips with it. So when it's all said and done, you'll have 4 of these out, and you'll be ready to take the universal joint itself out of the drive shaft and out of the yoke.